This is DRF Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman and Mike Beer. The DRF Race of the Day for Friday, January the 7th is race number 7 at Oaklawn Park. Let's throw up the field for a maiden special weight going 3/4 of a mile. It's a full field of fillies and mares, many of them very well bred. You can download free Formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us, and you can play this race in the entire Oaklawn card on Friday with your DRF Bets account. Well-bred horses, none more so, Mike, than the 5 Tap for Me.
Yeah, the morning line favorite certainly has a big pedigree and also has the added advantage, Dan, of a debut at Churchill Downs late last year that was actually pretty good. You know, outside of her, it sort of felt like, you know, you mentioned some nice pedigrees in here. There are some interesting first-time starters. The other horses with experience, they just don't seem like they're that good.
Well, let's start things off with a first-time starter. Breaking from the inside post is the number 1, Tasha. This is a daughter of Speightstown. 19% winners with older debut runners. That's a very high percentage. The dam was stakes place sprinting on synthetic, and this female family is kind of synthetic and turf.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, obviously you love Speightstown as a sire. They can do anything. A lot of turf, I thought, on the dam side of the pedigree. You know, for a trainer who's not, you know, exactly aces with first-time starters either. There are some things to like about this horse, and she'll probably be a price, but I thought she was hard to take.
$40,000 Weanling, the dam a half to a multiple grade 3 place turf router named Delta's Kingdom. The second dam, a multiple stakes winner routing on turf. The number 2 is another first-time starter, Beguine, a 3-year-old daughter of Gunrunner. What a remarkable first crop Gunrunner had. 26% winners with debut runners, class horses left and right, and there's nothing but black type in this pedigree.
Yeah, this horse has a huge pedigree. It'll be interesting to see what she does first time out. You expect all the gun runners at this point to have some talent. There's a lot of pedigree on the bottom here. The Dam was a debut winner. Her Best Foal was a debut winner and is a grade 2 sprinter named Favorable Outcome, who's earned over $500,000. There's a lot of pedigree here. A couple of really nice work showing as well, Dan. I mean, Dan Pites, you don't really expect him to have his first-time starters cranked up, but maybe this horse can run.
This horse was bought back at public auction a couple of times for $235,000 as a yearling, and then for $340,000 last March after breezing a quarter mile in 21-4. Mike mentioned the dam was early. Debut winner, also a stakes-winning sprinter. She's foaled Favorable Outcome. She's also foaled Bellamentary, a fast sprinter, as well as a Group 3 winner in Dubai, going a mile or longer. What do you make of 3-year-olds going against older horses this time of year, Mike? You get that at Oaklawn.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I tend not to worry about it that much. Obviously, it could be something of a disadvantage for some of these fillies if they, you know, need some time to catch up. I don't put that much stock into it, but it's certainly something you want to consider.
Sure Service is the number 3, just one of those experienced horses, and I wonder how much upside is here. She's already run 10 times. She's at the board 40% of the time. She's now going second off of a layoff. I thought she ran okay last time out, first time returning to Oaklawn Park. Maybe she can improve, but she has to from a buyer standpoint.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's not like we don't kind of already have a pretty good idea of what she is. She's already run 10 times, Dan. There's not, you know, anything really in any one of those performances, I don't think that makes you feel like she's a major player in here. That last race, I didn't think it was a particularly strong field. I guess she ran okay in there, but it did make me want to bet her against this field.
Lady Commander, the number 4, is 30-1 on the morning line. She'll be making her third start off of a lengthy layoff, but she hasn't done much running in both of her starts this form cycle. At least the buyers are going the right way.
I guess she hasn't really shown anything in any of her 5 starts so far. Yet to hit the board. Her 2 most recent starts where she was able to race with Lasix for the first time in her career, and she really just didn't do anything on the track.
And here's the morning line favorite, the 5 Tap for Me. We talked about her briefly in the open. She just ticks all the boxes. Not only is she beautifully bred, she's by the great stallion Tappet out of Groupie Doll, multiple grade 1 winner, winner of the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint. She exits a live race that's already produced 2 next out winners, and she goes out for one of the best second out trainers in the game.
Yeah, just plenty to like about this horse, especially when you're talking about the horses that have already had at least 1 start. I personally thought she ran pretty well in that race. I don't know how you felt about it. Didn't break that sharply from the gate. and sort of wound up back of the pack on the outside the entire way. But she made a pretty sharp run around the turn, I thought, and I liked the way that she kept after that clear winner in the stretch there. I thought this horse ran pretty well first time out.
I agree. She showed a lot of agility. She didn't break very well, but she sliced her way through in between horses with a pretty eye-catching run entering the turn. She got to the outside. The winner of that race was the favorite. She had more experience. It was a demanding 7/8 for the career debut. Tap for me again. Ticks a lot of boxes. 5-2 is fair. Something tells me she's going to go off a lot shorter than that. The 6 is Wings of an Angel, a first-time starting 4-year-old trained by Larry Jones. Now, this filly Mike sold for $350,000 as a yearling, but a couple of months ago sold for $125,000. She's by Quality Road, strong pedigree.
Yeah, this horse does have a nice pedigree. I think more than anything else, Dan, certainly is bred to be a horse who could run a little bit of Quality Road. The Dam is a sister to Escondrea. She's already dropped a stakes winning sprinter. I think of the first time starters, maybe what you would like about Wings of an Angel, maybe more than the others, is her trainer. Larry Jones, he does a really good job with his first time starters. And I don't know if that can necessarily be said for most of the other fillies who are debuting in this race. So we'll see what this filly does. She's 4-1 on the line. I'm going to expect her to run pretty well in here. I thought she was in some ways the most interesting first time starter.
The 7 November Rose did hit the board in her career debut, but that race was against $30,000 maiden sellers. She was taken that day. She's run once this Oaklawn meeting. She showed brief speed and tired. She's going to have to do more.
Yeah, stepped up off the claim last time and just was no match for maiden special weight horses at a big price. This field's probably tougher than that one.
High Con is a well-bred filly that just hasn't run to her potential just yet, to her pedigree. She is by Nyquist. The Dam was a grade 3 place dirt router. High Con is a half-sister to a grade 3 stakes winning sprinter named High Velocity. She last time out was her first race off of a lengthy layoff, maybe at a distance that was a little bit sharp for her, but she was listed as a vet scratch on December the 10th and now comes off about a month and a half break.
Yeah, I mean, she just hasn't proven to be, any good at this point so far, Dan. They've run her 7 times. They've tried a lot of different things with her long and short. They tried turf a few times. None of it seemed to make that much of a difference. They put blinkers on last time. That made no difference at all. It's one of the worst races of her career. We'll see what she does. I guess she'll be a price if you're going to keep the faith.
First time starter, a big price, the 9 Fast and Feminine. This is a filly didn't attract a bid as a weanling. She's from the family of Diamond Stripes, who won the Godolphin Mile, was a multiple grade 2 winner going long. This is a distance pedigree by Oxbow. A lot of times the Oxbow progeny need races and distance.
Yeah, very limited work tab as well. I suspect among the first time starters, this will be the biggest price.
Terra Nova, the 10. Comes off a much improved performance at Oaklawn Park. Maybe this filly just likes it here. She's 78-1 in the race we're going to show you right now. She showed good early speed. She finished ahead of 3 of these common foes when finishing second. 63 buyer speed figure. She's going to get blinkers, and I would expect she's going to show speed one more time. And barring a quick first-time starter, maybe she can get to the top.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're not going to want to take her speed away from her here. I'm conflicted about what to do with this performance. Dan, obviously, it was a step in the right direction for her. I still didn't think she ran that well. I mean, she did show good speed. She was absolutely loose on the lead all the way down to outside the 8th pole in here. And you could see there in the stretch run, she never looked like she was going to win. She did not finish very well at all. I realized it was a step in the right direction. I don't think it was enough to get me on board.
The 11 Shoshani Moon returns off of a May layoff. This is a 4-year-old filly by Malibu Moon out of a graded stakes place Dam. This is a half-sister to Bethlehem Road, who won a stakes race at Parks going 2 turns. She ran into a solid horse last time out. Seaside Retreat came back to run 3rd against winners at Ellis with a 74 buyer speed figure. Her debut sprinting over this surface was good last year.
Yeah, I thought so too. I wouldn't sleep on this horse too much. It feels like she could maybe get overlooked a little bit here. They're obviously going to go for the Asmussen favorite. I think some of the first-time starters will also take some money. So maybe, this horse just sort of gets lost in the shuffle a bit. I thought her debut down here sprinting early last year, I thought that was an okay performance. Just did a lot of chasing and was clearly second best at the end.
Goldina, the number 12, big pedigree here. First time starting 4-year-old, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer, a daughter of Medaglia d'Oro from a very strong Phipps family. The dam, a half sister to Girolamo, who won the Vosburg sprinting. Daydreaming, a graded stakes winner going long. Accelerator, a graded stakes winner on turf. This horse wouldn't be a surprise from post position 12, considering the pedigree and the connections.
I agree with all that stuff. We'll see how much money this filly takes, and we'll see what she does. Obviously, as a first-time starter, you have to do a little bit of guessing, but this horse is bred. They paid some pretty good money for this horse, and I think her works look fine.
And Mike, you're familiar with the 13 Mun Love, who's listed as an also eligible. She's already raced 12 times. She'll now go first out for Michael Maker. She was purchased for a little bit over $100,000 after her last race.
Yeah, I just haven't been a real fan of hers. I think you're sort of another one. You sort of already have an idea of what she is. But listen, she, even with all the experience, Dan, she's run some figures that are on par with the favorite in this race, and it's a trainer change to Maker. So there are some things to like.
Top pick time for race number 7 at Oaklawn. Again, some very well-bred fillies. All eyes are going to be on the 5 Tap for Me. However, again, the daughter of Tappet out of Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare sprint winner Groupie Doll. She showed enough in her debut. If she takes a slight step forward, and a lot of Asmussen second-time starters do, she's going to be very tough.
Yeah, just thought it was a really logical spot for this filly, who I actually felt like did some running first time out. I thought she ran pretty well, Dan. It feels like maybe one of the firsters is what she's going to have to worry about in here, but I didn't really want to bet a first-time starter against her.
Now we're both going to use first-time starters in second. Mike will use the 6 Larry Jones trained Wings of an Angel. I'll go with the 2 Begin trained by Dan Pikes. 5, 2, 10, 11 for me. 5, 6, 11, 2 for Mike. The Friday race of the day, the 7th at Oaklawn. Good luck.